Shalom. First and foremost, we give our praises to our poor Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem HaKadosh. Call Hallelujah Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem HaKadosh. That's in the ancient Hebrew, so in all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is a great name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly called Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give double honors unto elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and all pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. Brothers, I'm from Camp James, Jamaica, and this lesson, brothers and athletes, are you ready to go cashless? You see me? This is a snippet from an article, which I don't really have the article here. I have a different one from Jamaica Observer, because just the other day, big news Prime Minister of Jamaica and Jones come out and said Jamaica is going digital. Within a couple of days and weeks, he's going to make several announcements. So we see they're well on the way. And right now in Jamaica, you have I think there's the UN chief out here visiting Jamaica, and I'm planning to go Haiti as well on climate change matters. And a part of the whole climate change agenda is to get everybody digital, But that's a question. Are you so-called Jamaicans, which are Benjamites of the nation of Israel, that's our true nationality, are you really ready to go cashless? To phase out cash completely? And ultimately phase out credit cards, debit cards, and having digital currency, CDBC, right? And ultimately, our road leads to the chip. That's the end game. Because what I've been done right now is a trap being set. And this trap is getting everything digital. So boom, they can actually just one, what we call it now? One catalyst or one false flag or whatever you plan. And now you find yourself in that trap. Not having any escape. The only escape is forsaking the society. Right? And laws will get delivered very soon. This is an article I have here from Loop News, Jamaica. It says, dated 11, well, actually today, 11 hours ago. You see me, today is what? May 15, 2022, year of all laws and all the prophecies them come to pass. I'm going to say, must speed up, yo. This is every Jamaican must become digital in their thinking, says Wellness. It also says urges citizens not to harbor scary thoughts on transition to digital society, but to embrace it. 11 hours ago. That's where Big Nose have pushed people. This man is a sellout. You have made a covenant with death, right? It says in the clearing that there is no reason for Jamaicans to fear the country's rapid transition toward becoming a digital society. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging citizens to embrace the change toward technology. Digital is the way, and so every Jamaican must become digital in their thinking, and that means you must have access to the internet. And we've been telling you through the YouTube Spirit and Power of Yahweh Shemai Shai. Which part did I pass the other day? I don't remember. Some place in Bush, St. Ann Bush. I say free internet. You see me? And you ask yourself, why is it that the government is giving free internet? Right? It says, and that means you must have access to internet. Why? Because it all go down to the Internet of Things, Internet of Bodies, and Internet of everything. Everything is connected to the internet, tracked and monitored. That's the whole idea. And then I'm planning Internet 2.0. It says, and that is why the government is allocating this significant amount of resources, $500 million Jamaican dollars, to put up Wi-Fi access all across the country. Holness indicated. He was addressing last week's commissioning service for 3 community Wi-Fi access points in his West Central St. Andrew constituency at the Andrews Mews Recreational Park. In his spirited presentation, Wallace outlined the many ways in which the country is moving toward becoming a fully digital society. Do you know what this means? Fully digital society. You have something called digital footprint. Everything you do can be tracked and monitored. They will know everything. They will know you more than you know yourself. Because the so-called white man have these peons, as squalls, Clark Schwab say, them have the minions, infiltrated in many countries, right? And we see where Anjo, also known as Kanjo, in Jamaica, right? Him and Christopher Tufton was invited to the World Economic Forum. You see me? I think that was in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Don't come upon the year, I remember. Alright, because what? They were briefed on them role to complete this task. And lo and behold, you see everything is basically being done. Right? It says, in his spirited presentation, Oles outlined the many ways in which the country is moving towards becoming a fully digital society, pointing to the establishment of the National Identification System, NIDS, which through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah have been quoting about this from what? Brothers, even before me, from about 2010. When it first came on the scene, them shoot it down in 2019 with us, hey, this is not no Jamaican thing, this will come back. And lo and behold, it was never let a good crisis go to waste. 2020, the whole lockdown, them come forth with it and pass it. This point in it says on the digital transformation of the island security forces. Further, he said the banks are also moving very rapidly towards digitizing their services, which he noted in an indication that it's too expensive to deal with cash transaction. And another thing what with cash transaction, the beryllium attacks. You see me? So you see this, the trap is being set, yo. Right, the people is being forced into a corner to accept the society. If the banks them will catch this bad man, we get paid through the banks. What you gonna do? Right, when a company hire these days and say, do you have an active bank account? If not, them therefore get one and get the papers to do it. Because they're gonna pay you through the banks. No longer are you gonna get for the most part, no longer are you gonna get checks and cash. No. Right, so carry this up. Link. Life is better with Link. Install. Right, and that is the NCB mobile wallet for the Jamdex, Jamaican digital currency. It's being pushed. It says, I don't want it to be a scary thought, but it is a thought we all have to embrace, and Big Nose been saying it. We don't want Jamaica to be left behind. So I'm a push. So what? It says, but a thought we all have to embrace, Oles insisted. He said senior citizens and persons who are generally skeptical and afraid of the country's digital transformation will be supported by the government through digital cohorts or youth trained in technology. Right, so I'm planning to get everybody on board because what scripture said, he calls it all. Right, and I had a video here with the Internet of Bodies because people gonna be linked to it.
In the 20th century, wireless technology integrated with the human body was nothing more than science fiction. But today, Wi-Fi connected devices like heart rate monitors and sleep trackers have become common parts of American life. How has bionic technology evolved so quickly from science fiction to reality? And what could this Internet of Bodies mean for our lives moving forward? RAND researchers are studying this phenomenon and what consumers and policymakers need to know as we veer into uncharted territory.
The Internet of Bodies, or IOB, is actually an ecosystem. It's a bunch of devices that are connected to the internet that contain software and that either collect personal health data about you or can alter the body's function. We think of the Internet of Bodies as this collection of all these devices as well as all the data that the devices are gathering about you. And in healthcare, it's Internet of Bodies has been around for quite a while. With the advent of the internet, it makes a lot of sense to connect your pacemaker to the internet so that your doctor can be automatically notified if something weird happens, if there's an anomaly.
Yeah, and I urge anybody watching this video, just look up Internet of Things, Internet of Bodies, you see me? Internet of Everything, because that's where it's going, yo. And one of the main thing what will link people will that basically accept this way would be the MOTB, the microchip. And because that's the end game, once them get everybody digital, yo, then there comes the MOTB. Neuralink, they're working on that. Brain implants. Just the day when Corona come on the senior year, so the Pentagon was working on this microchip, right? Basically what? Detect the coronarial. And almost everybody will upload the video gets strike. I wonder why. This is Psalms chapter 10, and may I go verse start at 1 and done. It says, Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Because the time of Jacob's trouble is coming, the time of the whole temptation. Right? That's what all of this lead into, the whole temptation when all of the world will be tried. We're accepting this mark or rejecting this mark and being persecuted. And having access to nothing. Being off the grid. Whether I want my government services or basically regular buying and selling. It says the wicked in his pride will persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous whom the Lord abhorred. So I'm a boast of his heart's desire, because I'm tell us all this them I don't know. Digital society. Because you say what? For among my people are found wicked men, and this the one. When the brother you one. Big sellout. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after God. God is not in all these thoughts, because if God was in these men's thoughts, then I know see how this is ultimately the mark of the beast system they must set up. Which ultimately the wicked is dealing with the white man, the so-called white man, elites of them mainly. Right, they are the one that's setting this up, kind of plan people chip them on. It says his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies he puffeth them. He had said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. God him claim say, yo, this is digital economy is all about progress and efficiency. But them now show you the trap behind all of it here. Basically it's a nightmare, a dystopia. 15-minute cities. How the hell that can be we call it now? How can that be good for anybody? Stuck in a like 15 minutes, you can't go further than 15 minutes really. Right? And that's what them plan. Having people fused with technology when they belong in our body. Which gonna cause a lot of people to get cancer. Because you were telling that to those who receive the mark basically gonna get cancer. It says he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. It says his eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Right? And when him catch the poor by ultimately, them agenda is this. It's one of the main way they might catch people, yo. Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he calls it all, because if everything is digital and them so here will go on, because all of the fraud and all the robbery and the currency basically unstable and the chaos in society, right? Security threats, we're going to basically chip people. And those who don't want chip, that's fine. So, okay. Those who don't want to get chip, that's fine. But yeah, what? You not have access to our regular things, yo. Big No said it when he first spoke about the NIDs. So it's fine if you don't want to take it. Just no say you will be excluded from government services. Same with the serpent juice when them push out the vaccine. Oh, you don't have to take it. It's not mandatory. Just know that you will be excluded from here and there and flight and can't travel and all of that. That's the same as making it mandatory, but just a plain words to trick the masses. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So we're going to see these celebrities taking it, just like how them take the juice and make the minions, the clones, take it as well. To rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and this mark is referring to the MOTB, the mark of the beast or the microchip. And they won't take it in your hand or in your forehead, the brain implants. But this is the main thing that's going to trap people, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So no man now can buy and sell. It can't no form of transaction. Why? Because everything has been made digital. No more cash. So that's a trap that's being set before our very eyes right now. But for the hopeful, there is no fear, because we're looking for this. Because this marks the end of Esau society. Once he make this chip mandatory, push it on the scene like that, it's only a few minutes we have here, yo. I mean meter minutes, but very soon. Because the Most High going to sustain us. This is Revelation 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also keep thee from the old temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So it's a great test that's coming. Will you be for the society, or will you hold out for the Most High? And by holding out for the Most High means that you will not be a part of society. You will not have a job. You will not be able to pay a rent. You will not be able to pay a mortgage. You will not be able to get paid. You will not be able to go shop and buy food, pay or buy gas, or pay a car loan or anything in that on that field. You'll be off the grid. So maybe you will have some society where, I don't know, or still off the grid and take cash or so forth, or barter system, I don't know. But the scripture said the Most High will keep we, right? Ma feed we, ma take care in those days. That's what we have hope in. Because anybody who receive this MOTB will be destroyed. This is Revelation 14 verse 10. Verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. So he will be destroyed once he receive this. And that's a great test. Being hated, being neglected, being rejected of society. When they want to be your family, friends in general, then everybody going to not like you. Seeing that you are the problem and treat you like the problem for not wanting to be a part of this wicked agenda, right? Or you accept it and be destroyed of the Most High. That's a great test that's coming. You see me? When there's no food in your house, and you can't go shop because you don't have the chip. Or you can't go in concentration camp and get rationing because you don't have the chip. That's what's coming, yo. I have to get fired for a job because you don't have the chip. Or you don't know how you're going to get food. That's what's coming. So are you really ready to go cashless? That's the question. Are you ready to go cashless? That's what it means. A dystopian society, which is now fully accomplished. I'm just get that work we can close. Right? And really I'll get through that madness, yo. The most I stop him in I'm track and send him into slavery. That's scripture. This is Job 20 and to the point, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, and this wicked is the word wicked here is from the Hebrew aimal, mean laborer. I'm just continuing. Let's hope no more notification will come in until lesson done. No, reconnect. Internet not reconnect, but that's once it gone now. Wicked. Hebrew. Wicked. Hebrew I mal says laborer, sufferer, wretched one, laborer, workman, sufferer, toiling. Right? That's what it means. Maybe say I use a different word, but yeah, laborer. Alright, that's what it means, yo. So the worker is you Israelites. Alright, we're starting with the elect. I don't know 2/3 of people are cave in and accept this society. It is written. Right, so it says because the elect gonna get power and put them in a slavery. And the prophecies. But continuing, verse 23, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So when he's about to almost complete his agenda, everything full play, he's almost chip everybody upon the earth and take off, kill you when you want to kill. The Most High, he might wake up in a Yahushua, literally. Yahushua is coming back to save his elect. As written, if those days shall not be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Right? And that's referring to the thermonuclear missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Right? It's going to be used in World War III. That's just brewing right now. It says, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is a portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. So he will not get away with this, And the scripture says, those men of our nation, referring to mainly the leaders, that basically join forces with this devil, them think them gonna get away, but actually they will not. This is Jeremiah 28. Jeremiah 28 verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and in a falsehood that we hid ourselves. Because big noise are pushed like, oh, this is a good thing. And enough of these agendas are ours agendas, and we are trying to make Jamaica a place to live and do business and raise families, for all Jamaicans. All falsehood. Basically, it must be a pawn for the elites, selling out his people. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste, and that stone is Yahushai. And then come in the volume of this book, which is the truth. Judgment also will I lay to the line. So judgment will be dished out. Big Nose, Scruffton, Nigel Clark pushing Esau's agenda. The Most High going to judge. Scripture says, though unjoining on, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hill shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding places. So it will be shown and manifested unto the people that you literally sold them out for the devil. And then gonna come against you. It's written in 2 Ezra 15 chapter. There shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes. The people will rise up against you leaders. And let's see how good of effective the UN troops are, and the covenant that you made with the devil. Oh, we'll protect you when civil unrest start. Sending your troops. All right, we'll see how far that go. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then he shall be trodden down by it. Because the most of Yahweh Shemi Oshai have bring forth judgment, right, for the selling out of our people, right? The scripture say, who that touch it, Israel touch it, the apple of my eyes. So you're taking advantage of the privilege. Let's see how far that goes. We're on to look for Leco there. This is prophecy coming to pass, right? Ship is next once they get this fully implemented, a digital takeover, right? To ultimately get forward the MOTB. So hope this lesson is edifying unto you. Leco there, giving all praises to our poor Yahweh, Shemi Oshai, Shemi Kakadash. The honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the full Shalom.